2 seconds.
Okay. Are you ready? Okay.
Ready, Jack?
You ready, Jackie? Okay. Call to order the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for June 12th, 2020, or 2026. Wow.
June 16th.
Sure.
June 16th.
Can somebody take my spot here for today? June 16th, 2026. There we go.
Good evening, Commissioners. Jason Halterman, Assistant Director of Planning and Zoning. I would like to submit the following exhibits for tonight's record. They are the Platte County Zoning Order of 1990 as amended, Platte County Subdivision Regulations of 1992 as amended, Platte County Land Use Plan, Platte County Roads Master Plan, all PowerPoint presentations with aerial maps, site plans, and plats shown here tonight, as well as the planning and zoning bylaws.
If there's no objections, we'll enter those into the record.
Agenda item 3A is a request to rezone 2.03 acres located directly north of 2860 Highway P. James Wright is requesting to rezone this 2 acres directly north of 2860 Highway P from Ag to R40, which stands for Single Family Estate. He's requesting to rezone this in order to lessen the minimum building setback requirements to allow for one single family dwelling to be constructed on this property. Under the current ag zoning, minimum front yard setback requirement is 100 feet, side yards is 30 feet, and the rear yard is 100 feet. This property is only about 150 feet deep. So those setbacks just don't allow anything to be constructed as far as a dwelling under the ag zoning. Under R40, that front yard setback will reduce to 35 feet, the sides will remain 30, and the rear will be reduced to 35 feet. And it would also bring this property into conformance with the current zoning order and allow construction of one single family dwelling to take place on this property. The R40 district, the minimum lot size is 40,000 square feet. The minimum lot width requirement is 160 feet. The existing property does meet those requirements. To get your bearings, it's an aerial view of subject properties and surrounding zonings. We are on Highway P. This area is somewhat familiar to you guys probably because we've had zonings in this area recently. There were 3 lots created here to the north. There were 2 lots created directly across the street. This is the property here outlined in yellow. This is an existing tract. You can see it's small and skinny. Got an existing driveway access here to Highway P. These are the entities that review the request, sign the application, indicating their ability to provide service. They are the Platte County Health Department, Missouri Department of Transportation, Public Law Supply District number 7, the West Platte Fire Protection District, and the West Platte R2 School District. This is our Platte County Future Land Use Plan map. The red arrow indicates the approximate location of the property. It falls within our agricultural policy area, which has a recommendation of 1 lot per 10 acres or more, but this is an existing tract. He's not creating anything new. So therefore it won't affect the implementation of our land use plan. It would simply allow him to reduce the building setbacks for the construction of 1 house. These are the recommendation criteria as they were listed in the staff report. Staff recommends approval of this request to rezone from ag to R40 single family estate. I will for any questions.
Questions for staff?
Jason, is that an existing barn or what is that?
Yeah, it's an existing barn.
So he's gonna put the house up north?
That's my assumption.
Any other questions? Comments from the audience for agenda item 3A? Discussion amongst the board? Entertain a motion for agenda item 3A.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve agenda item 3A with, there's no conditions on it.
Nope.
Second.
30 seconds, all in favor, raise your right hand. Item passed unanimously.
Agenda item 3B is a request to rezone 5 acres located at 22770 Highway 273. The International Union of Operating Engineers is requesting to rezone this 5 acres from ag to RE rural estates. They wish to perform a 1 lot minor subdivision to create 1 5-acre lot. This proposed lot would contain an existing historical site. It's currently a portion of a larger 53-acre tract. It is also part of the larger 200 total acre training facility of the International Union of Operating Engineers. That remaining 48-acre tract would remain zoned ag, unplatted, and contain part of their training facility. The Rural Estates District, the minimum lot size is 5 acres. The minimum lot width requirement is 400 feet. Proposed lot does meet these requirements. This is an aerial view of subject properties and surrounding zoning. To get your bearings, we are in between Platte City and Weston. This is Highway 273. This is the training facility. There's a little offshoot outer road that goes off of 273 to the north and to access this historical site. That property that's being rezoned is outlined in yellow. This is a close-up view of the property. You can see the training facility and the proposed lot. These are the entities that reviewed the request and signed the application, indicating their ability to provide service. They are the Platte County Health Department, Missouri Department of Transportation, Public Water Supply District number 3, the West Platte Fire, and West Platte R2 school districts. This is our Platte County Future Land Use Plan map. The red arrow indicates the approximate location of the property. It falls within our ag policy area, which does recommend 1 lot per 10 acres or more. The proposed lot would contain an existing historical site. Our land use plan is supportive of maintaining historical sites and historical significance. Therefore, it is our belief this proposed rezoning would not affect the implementation of our land use plan. I believe the people that are going to do something with that historical site are here, and they can kind of explain what their intention is later on down the line. But we do not feel this would affect the implementation of our land use plan. These are the recommendation criteria as they were listed in the staff report. Staff recommends approval of this request to rezone from ag to RE rural estates. I'll avail for any questions you may have.
Jason, with this designation, I mean, before they get up and speak, what are they actually able to do?
Well, they could build a house, but I don't believe that that's their intent. There's an existing, I think it's called a halfway house. It's a state historical site. What I believe their intention would be at some point in time in the future to apply for ag tourism to do some kind of classes and teachings about that and related to that structure. They can confirm that. I haven't got that far with them. I just know that their historical society is, I think, believed to be purchasing the property from the International Union.
Oh, so they want to sell it.
Yeah. The International Union of Operating Engineers is either selling it or giving it to them, donating it to this historical society.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, one of the two.
What are the protections of the historical site that they would? Or that
It's actually in the
zoning
right. It's actually in the right of way.
of 273?
Yeah. It's not 100% on that 5-acre property,
Okay.
but in order to invite the public out there for classes or something like that, they would have to get ag tourism approved, and they haven't applied for that yet. But I believe that's their intention.
What did you say about 273?
That structure is in the right of way. It appears to be in the right of way of 273.
That's the old.
Yeah.
No rock.
The old rock stone structure. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's the old, it sits on the old highway.
Yes.
The new highways.
To the south of that.
Correct. Yes. It sets on that outer road, but
So it's still in the
that's still right of way. Yes. That's still right.
old
Who-
distances.
So who owns the ground now?
The place the structure's on appears to be in the MoDOT right of way. The property behind it, which is what we're talking about, is owned by the operating engineers.
Local 101.
So
But everything-
MoDOT actually owns the site. at the
I believe
moment.
so. It's a
Huh.
state historical site.
Okay.
And
Well, that
everything
would-
between the two highways, the old and the new, is owned by, is easement by
MoDOT right of way. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Didn't know that.
Any other questions for staff? Comments from the audience for agenda item 3B. In the back, come on up. Come up to one of the microphones and we'll swear you in. Raise your right hand and state your name and address for the record, please.
Name and Cook, work address or personal?
Doesn't matter. Whatever you put on the card.
2270, I didn't put it on the card, I didn't know if I need to speak or not. So,
Yeah.
22770, Route 273, West Missouri. I'm representing the property. that's-
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, sir.
So our intent for this property is to give it to them. I know that they work on a 501c3, so they're not going to be a not-for-profit organization. We're going to have some language in the deed. We're giving it to them for this purpose of that historical site, and if they ever dissolve, then we can bring it back to our, so we still have protections underneath it. Obviously, I don't understand all that. I know they're here to represent it, but we wanted to give the public an opportunity to enjoy the site and then just kind of take that off our plate. So we are working on that so that was our total intent on that. So
All right.
if you have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Any other questions for agenda item or comments for agenda item 3B? Coming up, sir. You'll need to come up to the microphone. Raise your right hand and state your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Arlington, Waterloo, 22980, State Route 273.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
So my question, our property borders that on the west. And my question would be, does the Historical Society have plans to maintain the grass, the grounds, so that it remains as it is with the operating tier?
Right now, we're just doing a rezoning. So
So is the Historical Society here to speak to their tentative plans or what they intend to do?
I'm not sure because since that's in the future, I'm not sure if we really even, I know that's the intent, but our agenda item right now is just the rezoning of it. And then if it passes, then they will have to apply for the continued work on it, like the ag tourism type thing that Jason spoke of.
So no one from that Historical Society is here to speak to.
They might be, but I'm not.
I believe they are, and they can answer that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Is there anybody here from the Historical Society? Hello, Angela. We'll need to swear you in. Name and address for the record, please. Sure.
1400 Northwest 72nd Street.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you, ma'am.
You hesitated.
So, Historical Society, we're the Happily House Preservation. I go like see and our whole plan is to preserve that historical site, learn about it. Right now, we've got a part of information about it, and of course, the plan later. But first things first, we want to preserve it because it is a dry stack stone cellar. And this is Secretary of the organization.
I'm Rebecca Eric, 3304 Northeast Shady Lane Drive, Gladstone, Missouri.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. And so you're just preserving it at this point then?
Right, yeah, our goal, because it does have such deep historical significance for this whole area of Missouri, including enslaved people who were once kept there, as well as pioneers going west. It was a toll house between Weston and Platte City, and all that's remaining that we can see is the cellar. So our goal is to preserve it and protect it, and we're not going to sell ticket. I mean, and right now, Dr. Ann Robb, who's with UMKC, she has a small group of archaeological students, and they're just doing a very basic dig. They're not going real deep. And we've also had this site through Dr. Robb, through the Missouri Historical Society. It is considered a actual archaeological site for the state of Missouri. So our plan is that we protect it, make sure it doesn't get bulldozed, figure out, we're getting a dry stone mason in to make sure we can protect, so it doesn't collapse. And it was a revered space. And we appreciate the Union 101 realizing they've taken really good care of it all these years and protected it. And they want to kind of move on from that. And we're really gratified. And that's why we created the 501c3. And one of the members of the board is Rob Florish, whose family, his great-great-great-grandfather, Johann Florish, they built that original halfway house.
Okay.
And he's on our board, as well as other. So we're all very interested in keeping it safe, keeping it secure, keeping the lawn mowed,
Okay.
and just respecting that property.
All right. Any other questions for?
Yeah, here's my question. I used to drive by that before they had the new, highway, and it was open. When I was a kid, it was always open, and then they went in there. To my knowledge, there's only one structure that the arch, is there only one on that 5 acres?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus a wall.
There is a well.
Yeah, but it's
But it's
covered.
covered.
with heavy metal like thanks to the union.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad they got the highway away from it, because I know that the big trucks and stuff would probably vibration it being on the whole old highway would be, detrimental to that. But no, that's and in the future, you've already mentioned that you take care of the 5 acres with the yard, lawn, and everything. It's going to be on. But what's your vision after that? I mean, other than that, you just want to preserve it.
Well, first of all, we want to preserve it and about it, share the stories and history. I believe it's integral to like the wars, for example. And as you mentioned, it was a toll road from Platte City to Westhead, which is westward extension. And so we feel that it's a very significant spot. And we just want to tell those stories and do all the research.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic.
Great.
Thank you very much. Any other questions for the society? All right. Thank you very much. Discussion amongst the board.
Continually amazed at how much historical stuff is around this town.
It's amazing. That's
I mean, I had no idea I drive that road all the time.
did you ever drive it before the new highway?
No, dude, I haven't even had that. I'm a girl, remember?
All right.
I'll
We'll entertain a motion.
make a motion to approve agenda item 3B.
There's a motion.
Jade would.
Jade's going to
Jade was
second.
at first.
All in favor of approval of agenda item 3B, raise your right hand. Item passed unanimously.
Chris Jade.
Yeah.
No.
No, Jeff Jade.
Jeff
Yeah,
Jade.
It wasn't me this time.
I'm
Jeff
the
Jade.
Jeff
technician.
Jade, sorry. I got it.
Eric was going to do the minutes.
All right. I'm guessing that you might want to do the next one together.
Yes, sir, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yes, please.
First one will be the rezoning. Agenda item 3C is a request to rezone 79.83 acres located at 13350 Dowling Lane. Agenda item 4A is a request for approval of a preliminary plat of the estates at Dowling Farms major subdivision. John Miller is requesting to rezone this 79.83 acres from ag to RE rural estates. He wishes to perform a 6-lot major subdivision. That subdivision would consist of 4 10-acre lots and 15-acre lot and 18.99 acre lot. So 6 total lots. Each lot would be eligible to receive a building permit for single-family construction. The proposed subdivision also indicates a private open space tract, 3-acre private open space tract that would contain an existing pond. As I stated, the preliminary plat is item 4A. We'll hear that in just a second. Real estates district, minimum lot size is 5 acres. The minimum lot width requirement is 400 feet. These proposed lots do meet these requirements. This is an aerial view of subject properties and surrounding zonings. To get your bearings, we're east of Platte City. This is the Humphreys Road as it runs to the west, or excuse me, we're west of Platte City, not east, sorry. Yeah, this is Humphreys Road as it runs to the west. This is Highway 45 running between Parkville and Farley and Weston. This is the property here outlined in yellow. This is Dowling Lane, runs to the north, intersects with Odie Road further to the north. This is the close-up view of the property. See, it's about 80 acres. These are the entities that reviewed the request and signed the applications, indicating their ability to provide service. They are the Farley Special Road District, Platte County Health Department, Public Water Supply District number 3, Southern Platte Fire Protection District, the Southern Platte County Ambulance District, and the West Platte R2 School District. We have minimum existing infrastructure requirements for the Rural Estates District. In this case, for roads, it's a minimum of a gravel surface is the minimum requirement. So Humphreys Road is an asphalt surface, so it exceeds this standard. The existing surface of Dowling Lane does meet this standard, but as I will discuss here shortly, the applicant will also be performing a half-street road improvement to Dowling Lane to upgrade that to an asphalt surface. It does have the ability to have septic systems. It does have the water available. It is within 5 miles of a fire station. The proposed rezoning does meet or exceed these minimum existing infrastructure requirements. This is our Platte County future land use plan map. This red arrow indicates the approximate location of the property. It falls within our agricultural policy area, which recommends 1 lot per 10 acres or more. So the applicant is proposing lots that are 10 acres in size and greater, 6 lots. They're all greater than 10 acres in size. It does conform to these recommendations of our land use plan. These are the rezoning recommendation criteria listed in the staff report. Staff's recommending approval of the request to rezone. In the preliminary plat, as I stated, there will be 6 total lots, 4 10-acre lots. 2 of those 10-acre lots will front onto Dowling Lane. 1 of those 10-acre lots will go around the corner. It'll have frontage on both Dowling and Humphreys. A 10-acre lot will front directly onto Humphreys. And then the 15.9 and then 18.99 acre lot, 15.81 acre lot, and 18.99 will both front onto Humphreys, but they will share a driveway access onto Humphreys Road. They will have an ingress egress easement to share the driveway access onto Humphreys. And the private open space tract, I talked about that. Still the aerials. So here's the preliminary plat that was included in your staff reports. So first we'll talk about the streets. This is Dowling Lane that runs to the north and south, intersects with Humphreys Road, which runs east and west. So Humphreys Road borders the property here on the south. You have 2 10-acre lots running directly on Dowling, as I stated. 1 that goes around the corner. The driveway for the one on the corner will be off of Dowling Lane. And then you have the 2 lot, a 10-acre lot that fronts onto Humphreys, and the 2 larger lots there at the rear of the property that are going to share the driveway access around this location right here. On your plats, there's an ingress egress easement shown. That's right there. Shown for the driveway access for those lots to share. This is that private open space tract as it sits in there towards the rear of the property. It contains an existing pond. Dowling Lane is a gravel surface. Humphreys is an asphalt surface. Each road is maintained by the Farley Special Road District. The road district was provided a copy of the plat for review, and they didn't offer any comments. They have signed the application. They will be dedicating right away along the proposed frontage. The applicant will also be required to perform a half-street road improvement, as I stated, along the frontage of Dowling Lane. So that only consists of a 4-inch asphalt overlay onto the road. It'll be the total width of the road, 4 inches of asphalt, is a half-street road improvement. A full street is 8 inches of asphalt. Well, he's only required to do half. And then he'll work with that, with the road district to make sure that that is to their standard. As I stated, the existing infrastructure only calls for gravel, but he is upgrading it so it will exceed that standard, and he will meet that requirement. The proposed lots will be serviced by septic systems, on-site wastewater treatment systems. The health department was provided a copy of the preliminary plat for review and stated, upon review, the department has no objections to the proposed subdivision and finds no anticipated public health concerns associated with the development as presented. So it does meet these wastewater requirements. The water from Water District number 3, they provided a letter stating there is currently 1 residential water service on the property, and 5 additional water meters have been approved by the board of directors. So he's already been to the water board and got approval for 5 additional meters for his proposed lots. It says the district's policy is to approve meters on a 1-at-a-time basis, depending on our ability to serve with adequate pressure at the time of the district engineer's analysis. So he's already been to the water district and performed that analysis and been granted additional water meters if so approved. It's within the fire district signed the plat. They provided a copy of the for comment. They didn't offer any comments. The ambulance district did sign the application, same as, they are within 5 miles of the fire station and an ambulance district. Private open space, that track there in the back contains an existing pond that will be maintained by a homeowners association, open space. There's also a stream on the northwest corner of that property, 2 streams, and then they come together into one. And he does have a total buffer width of 250 feet along these streams. 125 feet from each side is required by our stream buffer setback. That'll preserve that stream bed and keep development out of that stream and protect it. It does conform to our stream buffer setback ordinance. Stormwater, the large lots like this don't generate an increase any more than 10% of the stormwater. So a stormwater study was not required. Our county engineer reviewed it and he concurred there was no need for a stormwater study on large lots like this. That being said, staff is recommending approval of the request for the preliminary plat with the following conditions. The county commission approved the request to rezone the property from ag to RE. That's still a step that this property has to go through. And the second, that the applicant shall perform a half-street road improvement consisting of asphalting Dowling Lane. Said improvement shall be completed to the satisfaction of the Farley Special Road District. I'm available for any questions you may have.
So the whole northwest area that due to those 2 creeks will be basically off limits to development.
Yeah. No development in that. Yeah, people can use them for recreation. They can hike, whatever through there, but no building in that, buffer.
Okay.
That's correct.
That down the line, instead of doing half of the road, it's.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't make, because if you did 8 inches of asphalt on half a street, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
And it's just orange. Or is that with the Farley Special Road District?
Yeah. That's probably what will happen. They haven't got that far into the negotiations of that, but that's what his minimum requirement is a half-street road improvement. He's going to work with the road district to figure out what that's going to be, whether it be donate the money for that cost and they'll perform the improvement, or he'll do it himself or something along those lines.
I can't really tell from the maps, how far north does Dowling Lane go?
Well, here, let me see if I can tell.
Yes.
He asked how much further into the north Dowling Lane goes. So right here.
Okay. And then it
becomes Odie Road.
And then goes back to the east from there.
Yeah. And then Sneak Lane goes further north too.
Okay. All right.
I don't think I've ever been down that road.
Any other questions?
Yeah. No, it's proposed. It's proposed. And I would also point out that each one of those lots is the minimum of the 400 foot minimum frontage. So further subdivision is not possible under the proposed zoning. If he wanted to do any further splitting of those properties, he'd have to come back to rezone again, and then we'd have another hearing. Or build internal roads. I don't know. I don't know the speed limit. I'm sorry.
I remember when it was
I thought it was 35.
Are there any concerns about the site distance?
I don't believe so, no. Yeah, before we issue the driveway permit, you gotta go to Public Works and get the road district.
Before they actually install a driveway, has to go to the road authority and flag it and get approval for it.
Okay.
As far as it being approved or not.
And that's before
Yes.
Yeah, or actually it's before construction, when they apply for a building permit to build a house.
so it would be after.
Well, that could shift one way or the other to make it safer, I think. Ingress, egress, even.
Yeah, but typically a driveway permit is issued at the same time somebody is wanting to build a home. Because they need an access permit, unless they want to go ahead and get them in advance. That's typically when the road district goes out and does their final test on the driveway.
So this is, if that easement is, the easement.
Yeah.
The easement's out of the time.
Yeah, so they want to get that ironed out before the final plat. Yes.
Any other questions for staff? Any questions or comments from the audience for agenda items 3C or 4A?
I want to ask the applicant to come up first.
All right, does the applicant like, if they're here, would they like to come up and make a statement? Name and address for the record, please.
John Miller, 21930 Woodruff Road, Western Missouri.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, we just plan on, to develop the land, about the 80 acres. We're gonna put the value of the houses, the lot price are gonna be somewhere around 30,000 per acre. So it's gonna be 300,000, I would say, 350, close to 400 on the 10-acre ones. And up from there, as you get up on lot 5 and 6, they got great views looking out over the bluff, and also looks down into the water. So value is gonna be, I mean, as we all know, the cost has gone up a lot, so they'll be probably somewhere around $1.5 million and up on the houses once they're done. I'm gonna require either asphalt or concrete going to the houses on the roads, which is there'd be a cost going back to them, but just kind of, we do upper end houses, we also build homes. And we're kind of running out of property in the Northland where we build that, so we're looking to, I got a family that all builds, so we wanted to create another area. We live in Weston on land right now, and so we like the area. I'm from Ohio originally, and so we like the country.
All right.
I'm sorry, you're gonna require them
Asphalt.
to have asphalt from the,
Correct.
wow.
I got a good asphalt guy. We can do all the different stuff, and so I got a lot of connections. So yeah, trying to improve it, make it nice. Want it to be a really nice area.
Yeah.
Quick disclaimer, and I always say this when somebody, obviously he's gonna tell you that what his intended price points are and that kind of thing. That's well and good. I'm sure that's the case, but in reality, you can't base your decision on that because we don't control that in any way, shape or form.
Right.
Okay.
So, all right. Anything, questions for Mr. Miller? All right.
We might have to have you come back
Yeah,
up.
we might bring you back up. Coming up there in the front.
Robert Fullerton, swear to tell the truth.
All right. State your name or your address for the record, please, Robert.
500.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, Robert. All right.
Quick question, will it be required to pay for homes that are sold, lots that are sold after, what is the sequence? If you will pay?
Yeah. It's normally it's required prior to the recording of the plat. But sometimes it's in everybody's interest to do it after some of those concrete trucks coming and going and that could be something they negotiate with the road district. It will be done. But I would say it's required in conjunction with the plat being recorded and the homes being built. But he's also going to be working directly with the road districts. And sometimes the road district will say, let's make a plan for next summer or whenever it works out for them. All we can guarantee is that it will be done before the homes are all done.
Kind of like to see that in some sort of writing change, or this could drag on for years.
Right.
Second question I have is, what impact will this have on future plans? As their property is about 30%, maybe 25% of the length of the road. Of the Dowling Way. So we're now getting down to 25% less maintenance on a gravel road.
Mhm.
Becomes more expensive. So my question is, will this have any direct, or should it, or will it have any direct consideration on the future paving of the rest?
Well, how do I answer that? I mean, the zoning, the rules say this developer is only responsible for his impact, right? We can't say, developer, you got to fix all these other problems that have been there forever. And so that's where the half street improvement comes in, that he's required to do the half street improvement to what he's adjacent to. Now, as far as any impact, that's why you have the road district. I mean, that's for them to plan for future projects. We can't force the developer to participate in a future road project beyond what is part of what is responsibility under this proposal.
And only doing it on half road,
Mhm.
you know what that means. The other side of town has just recently been sold as well. I guess the contractor talking about no homes, but perhaps rural hunting area.
Okay.
Now, I mean, but if that gets developed in a way, will the owners on the other side have the same requirement, pay their, I certainly can see that turning into rural.
It depends on what they propose. I mean, this is, the half street improvement is required because this gentleman is doing more than 2 lots. It becomes a major subdivision, which means he is, that kicks in the half street road improvement.
Are there any proposals for the other side of the road that come to the attention?
I have heard that it's for sale. I have not seen a proposal. You probably know more about it than I do. People are always talking. But if there is a proposal across the street that is, let's say it is a hunting club or something that requires approval of the board, then we certainly take into account traffic being generated by that proposal and how we can improve the road.
Yeah, my concern here is the road.
Yeah.
And we've lived there for 35 years. Others have lived longer than I have there. It's such a short little road. I'll tell you. That's.
Road.
Well, like it just goes forward. It's 4 to 5 and 4 to 6 lots get sold. Everything goes well. Nothing gets done on the road until everything's sold. And then the road.
That shouldn't happen. If it does happen, it'll be because there's an agreement between the developer and the road district to do that, or because it's everybody's advantage to do that after because
If you put down a brand new asphalt road and then you have
right,
trucks upon trucks going down the road, it's just
so
gonna,
it may be in everybody's best interest to wait until at least half the houses are built before they start putting new asphalt down on the road, especially if you're doing just 4 inches, because that's not a full depth. So, but I can promise you, if this is approved, that section, the developer's front will get done, and it will get done in a timely fashion.
Thank you.
other comments for 3C and 4A?
Good afternoon. Kevin Westbrook. 13905 Dowling Lane, Platte City, Missouri.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Go ahead, sir.
First, I want to say I have absolutely nothing against developing the property. We actually had the same idea that we were going to do, so you stole it from us. Stole our idea. But were you aware that the water district?
Sir, everything has to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was the board aware that water district number 3 is currently in a legal dispute about their water? I bring this up because I'm not sure if adding another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses to a already insufficient water. So we live on the corner of Dowling and Ode, and our second floor shower routinely doesn't come on because the water pressure is so poor. that when you try to lift the bottom spigot, the shower won't stay on. So adding 6 lots, 6 more services to the water district, I'm not sure if that's sufficient. And I know I would want to see some sort of engineering study showing that they do have the sufficient capacity, assuming that they get past this legal problem that they have. Can I read this letter that they sent to us?
I don't know. It's not really an exhibit, but it's your statement. So
Yeah. So this is the letter is dated March 1st, May 18th. Since May 18th, the city of Weston notified Water District number 3 that there will be a 64% increase in the price of water that the district purchases from the city, which was effective February 18th. It goes on and says there's this legal dispute between the two of them, and they're accusing each other of not negotiating in good faith. I'm assuming somebody here is maybe somewhat familiar with this.
I'm
So-
in that district.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, and it's just a matter of money. We got to pay the city. I don't think there's any volume issues. It's just a matter of
Oh yeah, there's
they
volume
want
issues.
more money for the water because they're producing it.
Yep. So I just want to make sure the board is aware before we separate this into 6 more houses that there's disputes with the water district. So I'm kind of surprised that the water district just signed off on that and didn't say something about that. So I would like to see that dispute settled in an equitable manner before we add more houses, and to ensure that there's not a drop in water pressure at least at our house, which we're uphill from them. So we would be the first ones to feel that water pressure drop. I'd like to see at least there be no effect to our water pressure up the road.
right.
And my other observation here, maybe as a question is, under any scenario, can these lots be further subdivided, or can there be more than one house put on each lot? Under any circumstances, can more than one hot? So are we talking about maybe more than 6 if they do a minor subdivision and now they put 5 or 6 houses on one of these lots? Is that possible? So
They'd have to- they'd have
six
to-
houses is the maximum
They
that
would
can
have to
go.
rezone to split any of these lots. They'd have to come back and do the
But they
same,
could.
same
They-
process.
They
They'd have
could
to
come
get-
back to one of these and that's bigger and say, we want to put 4 houses on that one lot.
they'd have to get, unless they want to build internal roads. They have another meeting. we
So
go through the
they could
same
put a gravel
process.
road down the middle of one of those and then put 2 houses on each side.
No gravel. It'd have to be an asphalt road, near an asphalt road.
And then it wouldn't meet our zoning
Yeah,
because
then it wouldn't meet the zoning. It'd have to come back and do the rezoning and do a preliminary plat all over again. We'd have
So, but you're
another
saying it's
hearing.
possible.
everything.
Anything's possible.
Okay.
Everything's possible. We can do it here, yeah. Now, I mean, as far as in rural estates, you're allowed a mother-in-law's quarters. You could, you could build a mother-in-law, a little small guest house. But, yeah, I mean, that's a permitted use in that zoning.
Okay.
Zoning.
All right. My concern is with the water district, and I feel like that's something that needs to get resolved before we add more houses to that system.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Name and address for the record, please, ma'am.
Julia Mann, 13510 Darling Lane.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, ma'am. Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. All right, go ahead.
2 questions. One question is, I know we've talked a lot about the water, and the water is very concerning. I've been out there for eons off on that property, and we've had terrible times getting water meters or having not only the water pressure he talked about, but I'm continuously having mud in my water coming into my house. And now we're getting the thing from the water district saying that they don't have enough water for all of us, and they're going to increase our bill. I believe it was 40%. I don't remember exactly. You have to forget I'm 87 years old, so my memory's a little fuzzy. And so if they don't have enough for us now, how are they going to sustain 6 other families? Now, we're not talking probably 1 or 2 people. We're talking at least 3 to maybe 5 people. per house. That's a lot of water. And I don't know if we can all afford it. The rest of us can afford it. The other thing is, I want to know why he's going for a major subdivision instead of a minor.
So it turns from a major to a minor when it gets above, it turns from a major subdivision into a minor if there's 2 lots or less. So just the number of lots, which this is 6, that's what the definition of a major versus minor. Come on up, sir. Name and address for the record, please.
Jerry Anderson, I live at 3075 Jensen Lane.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
Just wanted to express my concern about, I guess, development in general. Out in these, moving from agricultural to these rural estates. One concern I have as we push develop, see more of this development is lack of fire protection. I'm a little shocked that the fire department signs off on these without having adequate fire protection. I'm talking about fire hydrants area. And that fire hydrants come with growth of the water department, which would solve a lot of these issues that you've heard about with the lack of pressure, so forth. I don't know what it means when the fire department says they can respond. Does that mean they can just drive their truck up and watch the house burn down? Because I guarantee you that's what's going to happen to my house if it ever catches on fire. It'll burn to the ground because there's no fire hydrants out there. My other concern is just, I guess, a bigger concern about shrinking down the tax base with these residential, large lots, residential estates, you know. I live on Jansen Lane. It's a crappier road than, than Dowling out there. It really needs to be paved. We have the Farley Road District says they don't have enough money, can't get enough tax money and so forth. Well, as we don't have more concentrated development, that's less tax money that goes in and that can come to fixing our roads and so forth. You know, I feel like, you know, this is the 21st century. We live on a rock muddy road out there, and the county ought to be looking at it. This property here is not the same as the property that you just looked at up on P Highway. This is more urban. It's not urban like city urban, but it's certainly not rural agriculture. It's a long ways from that. We're really 5 miles from Platte City, you know, 8 miles from West. So anyway, I just want to express my concern. So
Thank you, sir. Other comments from the audience for these two? Come on up, sir. Name and address. Go ahead.
Rick Stokes, 12765 Jansen Lane.
Promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Stokes.
The water issue's been addressed very well by the first two. Hasn't had strange that I know your brother really well. And there are a major company still site-right. Minimum development requirements for the impact of this is doing a pressure and flow. I haven't seen a pressure and flow from Water District 3 since we built 2016. So I can't imagine you going forward. There's traffic impact, there's water impact, things that can be addressed and they can be corrected, but it should be a helpful tool to get that done now instead of just going ahead. I know you can go ahead and zone it and then say you can meet these requirements later. But we look at your presentation, it says we've already been approved by Water District 3. They're a mess right now. I saw Rick Hill at my house the other day. He told me about the increases. He doesn't know what the rate is. He couldn't tell me. I mean, we just heard 60-some%. But more importantly, at the very end of Jansen Road to the south, we have terrible water pressure. I'm looking at putting a pump in. So consider that carefully, please.
All right. Thank you, sir. Any other comments for these two agenda items? Name and address for the record, please. From Sole the Truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Basically, I just wanted to reiterate what a lot of people are already said about the water. We have a two-story house and or my mom does. And she's got to use special shower heads and stuff like that to get a shower in the second story. I've been talking about trying to build a house on my property, but I mean, water pressure, water meters, all that other, I haven't even started to apply for it yet. So basically, I'm just reiterating what everybody else said.
All right. Thank you. Any other comments? All right, we'll close the floor. Discussion amongst the board.
So for the actual improvement,
If it would have been gravel, it would, but it's already an asphalt surface. And
okay, so that doesn't count.
correct. Correct. He is dedicating right of way.
And then on lot 5, that, one with reserve minimum with.
You have to be 400 foot wide, 100 feet back, and then he necked it down to get it wide out there in the back.
Okay, so what about where the house actually?
No, not, well, he meets the width at the front, where
Yeah.
the front, yeah. It'd be not with all the width back here.
Just
Plenty of
typical
room.
setbacks.
Yeah, you'd have to meet the building setbacks. It meets the minimum width requirement at the front building line, which is 100 feet. It gets created with the lot design.
So if that lot is like that.
Yeah.
Jason, the way I read this here with the water district is that they approve these meters one at a time. So theoretically, after they hook up, let's say 1 or 2 houses, they can deny the other 4. Is that correct?
That would be up to the water district. Yeah, but that, yes.
So the
So-
other occupants in this area would have legal recourse, and I would think. Yeah.
Can't answer that. Yeah, that's, the water district's a separate entity that we have no control over.
Yeah.
When somebody comes and applies for a building permit, you have to have 3, you have to have a driveway permit, you have to have a permit showing us you have water, and, you have to have a septic permit. You have those things, we're gonna issue you a building permit.
Jason, have they,
I do not know that. I do not know that. What's Chris?
do you ever recall a situation where we had a subdivision going in and they denied it because they do not have enough water?
No, sir. Well,
It probably wouldn't be.
we had water district issues before, but it's also when development happens, if upgrades are needed, it's on the developer to make those upgrades. If you gotta improve water lines, he's gotta improve water lines himself. It's not the citizens that do it. Developers improve water lines with every development.
But when they sign off on it, they say that we can supply.
Yes, when they sign off on it, they're indicating their ability to provide service to the subdivision or the rezoning. But in this case, they went a step further and said that they've done an analysis and approved some meters for it. But they also say they approve them on a case by case basis. So
Yeah, come on up, sir.
yeah, he may need to.
Yeah.
You're already signed in, so.
I'm on Water District 3 as well, but I'm up on the north side, up on Woodruff Road. Obviously as a developer, that my first thing I want to do is water country. And so I wanted to make sure I got good pressure as well, but the way they based everything with an engineer out at Topeka, I believe. And so we had to pay $5,000 roughly, maybe a little bit more. You have to submit $250 up front, and then they send it off they have an engineer that looks at everything. I believe it's in Topeka. And then they get back to you 2 weeks later, let the Hills know if it's been approved or not. And if it's approved, they have so many days to give them $5,000 to lock that in. So basically first come, first serve to get the water meter. I didn't want to sell the property without having water meter. And so I'm trusting them. They wouldn't allow me to talk to before I bought the property, I said, can I call the engineer over in Topeka? And they absolutely not. You cannot talk to them. So I wanted to know the status of the water as well. When we built on Woodruff Road, the neighbors down around the corner, I think there was gonna be 4 or 5 lots before. They didn't want the houses to go in with that many. They were concerned about having water. I do know on Woodruff Road, I guess we gotta do a new water tower as well over there on the north side, but we have great water pressure there. But I definitely want water pressure on these properties as well. But mine's based off the water department. We've already paid $30,000 for water meters. They had an engineer, I couldn't talk to him. He's the one saying it's good or not, but at the same time, I want to have good water pressure, so.
So
I don't know.
they've already approved your
They
meter.
approved it. I paid because I didn't want to sell, I didn't want to not have it.
Right,
without-
no,
it's hard
yeah,
to sell
makes
without having
sense,
water.
yeah,
So I've already paid him $30,000.
okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Miller. I'm sorry, sir, the floor is closed, unless you're just turning in a card. Yeah, Jackie can take that. Jade, it looks like you've got something on your mind.
Having it already approved by the water district, and they're basically they should
Which we have no control over the water district.
Yeah.
Right, and
That's.
they say that they can support it.
They say that, I mean, we have, I know that
I
District
mean,
Three is a mess.
he's got a huge financial, commitment here. And I mean, if you don't think you're gonna be able to supply the water, I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, like I said, that's out of our jurisdiction. Right.
Jeff, you got any comments?
No, looks good to me, actually.
Jerry?
Have any comments?
Jason, I did have one question. What did you say about, the water once it gets to this property? All 6, I mean, is he the developer, is he responsible for pressuring that water, or is he just?
If it takes a bigger water line along,
That's what you were saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
anything from the access to the
Whatever it is.
feed from the outside of the property. So if it needs a bigger water line, he's responsible.
Just like Seven Bridges with
Yep.
thousands of homes. that
Yeah,
are-
7 Bridges, Thousand Oaks, everything south of town.
Anytime we get a proposal, especially preliminary plat, first order, before they file application, we say, go talk, because in unincorporated Platte County, we have segmented services.
Mhm.
Road district is a separate board, separate elected board that talks about roads. The water board, separate elected board that controls the water. Health department deals with the sewer, separate entity. So that's why our process is set up to engage these organizations on the front end. So when somebody comes in and says, I want to develop my property, so we send them an application and say, okay, go talk to the water district, go talk to the road district. And then the road district has to sign off on it before they even submit it to us. Now, and it happens in other water districts and say, oh, we can't service this area unless you do this improvement or that improvement, then that becomes a condition of approval. In this case, they signed the application indicating they have ability to provide service. Furthermore, this plat itself was sent out to the water district. Even after they turned in their application, we asked for comments back before we had this hearing. So, so that is how we engage these separate entities. And there are many cases, depending on the scale. Again, the improvement being required has to match the demand being generated by the development. So, a big development like 7 Bridges or Thousands, of course, they're doing water lines all over the place. But we even had some rural developments where a water district said, hey, water number 4, we need a water line improvement, and developers have done that. But in this case, the
Waterford Downs, east of Platte City here, it's a rural estate with like 17 lots. You have to do it at the water line, water district number 4.
So we rely on the water district to tell us that. In this case, they did not tell us that they wanted that. They did that.
With no other comments, we'll entertain separate motions for 3C and 4A.
To approve agenda item 3C. At the same time.
Well, is there conditions?
2 separate votes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do them
I would
separate.
second the motion for 3C.
All right. Motion and a second. There were no conditions on 3C.
Not on rezone.
It was 4A that had that condition. Chris and Erica. Yeah. All right, there's a motion and a second. All in favor of agenda item 3C, raise your right hand. Item passed unanimously. And agenda item 4A,
Motion to approve agenda item 4A with
listed in the staff report.
second.
Okay.
Jade and Erica for the motion and the second. All in favor of agenda item 4A, raise your right hand. Item passed unanimously. All right. Chris already threw Erica under the bus.
And I have, Mr. Chairman, I have reviewed the minutes and they do appear to be in order. I move to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second the motion.
Chris seconds the minutes. Well,
I'll second.
well, he already seconded. So all in favor of approval of the minutes, raise your right hand. All abstaining. Jade's abstaining from the minutes. I was trying to get ahead of myself there.
I know, I was like, where you go?
The other business staff report, our next meeting is July 21st at 6 PM in this room. It's my understanding we will have 2 new members approved next Monday for the board and finally get us back to full strength. 11 members. And that's all I got.
All right. Motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second, anybody? Jade seconds. All in favor of adjournment? Meeting adjourned.
Oh.
What do you think, buddy?
Well,
Get your ankle all healed up good.
it's been busy. Yeah, we've been helping out.
Still?
Yeah, they're playing.
Water district.
Yeah. What do you do?
All these years, that's the plan.
Okay. You kind of, I was like, wow, he's really well spoken. He's scared the microphone. I love that. This microphone's about my favorite thing. Yeah.
I was looking for you guys. It's 100 better because I don't take it in
Whoever owns it, whichever.
How'd you get the phone call?
We don't have that jurisdiction.
You can't they find stuff like this and they can.
That does though is
Oh, okay, you're talking about the how I go.
So we're gonna have an adverse.
That's wood. Okay, yeah.
When they get water district, they don't know what they're doing.
I used to know a lot of guys. Brian Comer.
I would highly encourage you to start attending the water district meetings that each district has.
They be calling themselves out. They say, our water system is sufficient. That would be.
Oh,